So sometimes we might need to collect urine because we can do a cysto when we go to the vet because there's no pee in the bladder. And so sometimes we might use this little sand that's specialized for this that doesn't absorb the pee. And here you can see Miloman being like, why can't I cover? It won't cover. It won't cover. Well, it won't cover because we need to collect it afterwards. And so this little sand, I mean, it works, but it's sold in really small packets. Here it's, I think, 2 or 3 packets just to cover the bottom of a tiny litter box. This is what it looks like. So cats aren't that enthusiastic about going to pee in that. And can we collect pee for cats like we do for dogs? Well, for some of them we can. People will often use a ladle with a longer stick with dogs and they'll just put it underneath the dog while they're peeing as if nothing was happening if it's a big dog. Here you can see me collecting urine outside. So I'll give you a few tips on how we might do this. I do this with Miloman and Miley because they're not fearful of me being near and they don't find it too annoying. I don't do this with Leia because just trying to be near her when she goes to pee would be too stressful for her. So you need to think about your own cat. If you bring your cats outside or if they go outside, you might think of times when they're likely to pee. So that's what people who have dogs do. They take advantage of this. When I know that when I bring my cat Miley out on a walk, I'm very likely that he'll find a place to pee or to urine mark like we see here. This is Miloman. At the time, he was very likely if we got out in the yard to go pee on that plastic. And so you see here where the pee comes from. So in relation with to his tail and then his butt. Underneath his butt is where the pee is coming from. And so there might be instances like that if your cats go outside that you can take advantage of in order for you to collect that pee and to not have to wait too much. So when cats urinate, their butt is much lower. Like here, this is, I'm not sure it's peeing, it might be more of a pooping situation, but here definitely peeing. This is at the vet office, this is my portable litter box, and you can see how low Miley is. So essentially, to be able to pick up the pee, generally, you have to wait for them to start peeing, because if you don't necessarily wait for them to start peeing, they're going to be like, what do you want? But once they do start peeing, generally, they'll go through it all. And mammals of a decent weight will generally empty their bladder in 20 seconds, so very often you will have time to actually collect the urine. So again, this is Miley urinating, and typically what I do is the second they start to pee, I will just touch the fur near their tail a little bit. They will generally just prop up their butt a little higher, and I slide the cup underneath it. And so this is what you're going to want to do. Of course, this is a glass, but you're going to have a sterile cup from the vet. And so you want to push the cup pretty much vertical with a tiny angle. Do not do this. Do not scoop or end up with litter, because then your sample is worthless. Touch a little bit, the butt is gonna go up, and then you can collect their urine. And so don't worry if there's pee on your hands. You're just gonna be able to better move so that the pee really is collected in the little cup. It doesn't matter if there's a little pee that goes on the side and then that gets a litter more humid, so it sticks to the outside. As long as there's no litter inside the cup, you're good. You can wash your hands afterwards. And it's not necessarily evident to know when the pee starts, because you're not necessarily going to hear it if it falls on the litter substrate. So be very attentive, let's say, and try to orient. And so you need a decent amount of urine, so let it flow for a little while so that you can collect a decent amount. Here, my cat Miley, I have a litter box underneath my desk and one on the right, and I hear Miley shuffling with his paws. So I pay attention, grab my cup really quickly, and as soon as he starts peeing, I put the cup and I praise him a lot, because my cats are used to me praising them. It's not something new. It's something they're likely to find nice, and I'm telling them they're doing the right thing. And as I finish collecting, he's going to continue peeing. I continue to praise him. He'll cover his stuff, and then I'll give him treats to thank him for doing that, because I know it's weird. I know it's like, why are you bugging me while I'm going to the toilet? And so then we have Miloman, who was hesitating a little bit more, so he was going from one litter box to the other litter box to the other one. I got close before he'd started peeing, and he was like, what do you want? This is like stupid. So what I did actually, and what this is something you might want to think about, is I had a cup of dried pee. The reason I had that was because I did experiments with enzyme cleaner last year, and so I went and got that and opened it, and it still smells like terrible pee. And so I had them smell that, and I put the cup a bit in the litter box, and then he seemed to get, okay, this is really what you want me to do. You want me to go in the litter box. So this is something you might consider, like taking the cup that you bring to the vet once they've unfilled it, taking it back, letting it dry in a place where like you can ventilate a little bit, because otherwise it's gonna smell in your house, and keeping that little cup so you can help with communicating with your cat. What is it that you want them to do? I actually want you to go pee here. So that might be useful. And so this can help you save a lot of time, because with the little litter that doesn't absorb the pee, cats don't often like it, and so they'll wait hours and hours and hours, like avoiding peeing, and so you waste a lot of time. Whereas if you can make a setup where you're going to be really near the litter boxes, you have your little pot, you can work a little, and then the second you shuffle, 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 then you can attend to what's happening and collect pee in a more efficient manner. And just a final note, generally vets don't want you to have your cats drink a lot so they'll feel the need to pee. They would rather have a normal sample, because they want to see, can the cat concentrate their urine, and if you give them a lot more water than usual, well then that's not going to be representative. I hope these tips can be useful to you.